Hello, everyone. I'm certified natural healthcare practitioner Erin Thole, and today we're doing a very different type of educational video. So I talk a lot about our physical health, physical well-being, food, the inner workings of the body, how all of our body systems are really interconnected and interwoven. But we really cannot discard that emotional and mental health component. And there is a ton of research on how our emotional health, mental health, how we think about the world, how we think about ourselves, our trauma responses, triggers, our healing, emotional healing in response to trauma and things like that, like how that really shapes our physical health. People that have traumatic events, PTSD, things like that, or just live in a state of like constant anxiety because of what's going on in their life or what has gone on in their life and things like that, tend to have a higher rate of autoimmune conditions. And that's been well researched and documented. There's a really fantastic book called The Body Keeps the Score, which is written by a psychologist who really dives into like 20 years plus of his ongoing research in relation to how our emotions shape our physical health. So today I want to share with you some of my most favorite techniques for helping to just flush out stress, anxiety, trauma, those feelings of like, I don't know exactly what this is that I'm feeling, but I know it doesn't make me feel good, and sometimes that's just like overwhelm from life and life's events and things like that. So I really love somatic breath work and somatic healing. And somatics is really just the practice of like moving emotions, moving the trauma, the garbage, emotional garbage, like through the cells and out of the body. So it's like breath work and movement combined together to help like shake out your cells, shake all that yuck just out of your body. So today we're going to go over some somatic healing techniques, somatic breath work stuff, and then just some other gems that I've picked up throughout the many years that I've been a practitioner, been a spiritualist, all these other things. So today I'm just really going to dive into a lot of my most favorite techniques, and hopefully it'll be a helpful thing for you as well. So I'm going to back up onto my yoga mat here and show you some things, and you can follow along with me, or you just kind of storm in your memory until you're to a place where you can do these things and come back to this video later. So the first thing that we're going to do is called a rage drop. So this is a fantastic thing to, when you're like angry, there's resentment boiling up into you, you're just feeling really overwhelmed by something that's going on, a confrontation that you've had or something like that, or you've been triggered by something and there's like a memory that's coming up that's just, got you really irritated and frazzled. This is a fantastic technique to do. So you're going to stand with your legs about shoulder width-ish apart, and then you're bringing your arms straight up overhead. You can't quite see me all the way, but straight up overhead. And we're just taking a deep inhale here through the nose. And then on that exhale, I'm letting everything just kind of free fall and drop to the ground as I'm letting out that big exhale, like out through my mouth. So that deep inhale through the nose, and then and full drop to the ground. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to on this. Sometimes I'll start slow, and then as I'm really getting into it, I'll start to speed it up. It is gonna like heat you up. It gets things kind of going in your body. You'll be surprised how fast you get hot, sweaty, like while you're doing that one. And just do it until you feel like you really worked all of that jittery, anxious, energy out. And sometimes it's really nice just kind of like shake it off, after you're done with that. So rage drops, super powerful, great way to just release the ick. One surefire way, and you can do this in your car while you're making dinner, while you're in a meeting, nobody's really going to notice all that much, but this is a great way to let go of anxiety. When you're feeling that anxiety boil up, we're going to do 2 quick inhales through the nose and then a long exhale through the mouth. So basically it just looks like this. So you can almost instantaneously, or not almost, you can instantaneously just feel that parasympathetic nervous system just kind of kick in and just catch you. Your parasympathetic nervous system is like your parachute. It catches you when you're feeling, or it should be, while you're feeling super frazzled and stuff like that, and help to calm you down. So just let's do a few of those. Let's do 5 of those. So 2 quick in through the nose and long exhale out the mouth. So you're just it's a great one to teach to kids. All of these are great things to teach to kids to help them manage their emotions, because the emotion isn't bad, but sometimes kids and adults are very guilty of this as well, have kind of catastrophic or just not, helpful responses to anger and rage or resentment. So this is a great way to teach kids how to let that anger out and help it to fizzle out and die down, and anxiety to kind of get under control with this breath. So 2 quick in, 1 quick out, really help to calm down that anxiousness, that anxiety, that worry that we all have, nervousness, things like that. Another one that I really like for that jittery feeling when you're just kind of like keyed up and anxious is butterfly shoulder tap. So right hand on left shoulder, left hand on right shoulder, and you're just rhythmically patting right, left, right, left, right, left. And you'll automatically, without even thinking about it, start doing deep belly breaths. And it automatically just calms down the mind. There's something about this crossover, this right-left crossover, that balances out both hemispheres of the brain. So this is a really great one. You can, do this and then go into like a self-hug just to kind of help to ground yourself, center yourself, give your inner child some love, all of that good stuff. So that's one of my favorites. This is a great one that I actually learned a while ago, and then kind of relearned it, or was reminded of it recently with my son's therapist. And it's just like a muscle squeeze. So when that anger is building, frustration, all that, just squeezing everything in your body and let it go. So that big exhale, release, relax all of your muscles. So that's another great one, that muscle squeeze. So we're just squeezing literally everything in our body, arms, hands, legs, stomach, butt, everything. And you're just picturing it all just melting away. These are all quick things that you can do very quickly, very easily, like in the heat of the moment. That's what they're designed for, is doing this like in the heat of the moment. The butterfly shoulder taps, pretty easy to do in the heat of the moment. The squeeze, really easy. The 2 quick breaths. You don't have to do this. I just do this, but you don't have to if you want your hands down by your side. You want to be writing while you're doing it. You can do it however you want. Another one that is really, really great for just getting you into that parasympathetic state is just simply laying flat on the ground, making solid contact with the entire backside of your body on the ground. You don't want to do this on a bed or a couch or, anything like that. You want like the hard, solid earth underneath you. You can have a yoga mat here if you want to, or you can just have the ground. Don't have pillows or, anything cushy underneath you, really. There's something about that body laying flat on the ground and breathing that really like helps the body to feel safe and balances out that nervous system. Your nerves are feeling your body solid on the ground. So it's a really great way to get you out of like anxiety mode, overstressed, overwhelmed, You know, you're feeling overwhelmed, I just need to lie down for a minute, you know, that kind of thing is kind of a common thought. So literally this is it. I'm just laying on the ground, man. This is all I'm doing. If you want to do those quick breaths in and out, you know, through the nose, that while you're laying flat on the ground, or do butterfly shoulder taps while you're laying flat on the ground, or just do kind of like a box breath where you're breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4, holding for 4. That could be really helpful too, just to get some slowness back into the body, because when you're anxious, you're hyped up, you're worried, you know, nervous, things like that, everything is just kind of like vibrating with stress. We want to just like calm that nervous system down. That's a big thing. Kundalini yoga is a really interesting yoga practice. It's not like any other type of yoga. And they do a lot of breath work in there and things of that nature. So there is one Kundalini yoga thingy, I don't know what else to call it, Kriya, that's what it's called, that is really, really helpful for just like working out some of these emotions. So you're basically just putting fingertips on shoulders, and when you go to the left, I'm going to mirror you, so I'm going to go this way. When you go to the left, you're breathing in. When you go to the right, you're breathing out. So it's just going to look like this. It's a great way, again, to like work up some heat in your body. So sometimes you can like, if you want to, you can put these things together like in a series. So you could do like rage drops, and then either sitting like this or standing or sitting in a chair, you can go right into these twists with the inhale on the left, exhale on the right. Again, I'm mirroring you. So do some of that, and then calm yourself down with the butterfly taps and the breath. So it's a really great way in like 3 to 5 minutes that you can just really work through and process out a bunch of emotions. And it really just helps your body, your mind, everything just like feel grounded, centered, I'm cool, calm, collected, ready to go. This can be a great thing to practice every morning, right before you go to bed, in the heat of the moment, like whatever works for you. There is no perfect, but these are just some of my favorites in terms of working those emotions out of your cells, out of your body. Another really cathartic practice that you could be doing, and I've done this many, many times over the last probably 20 years or so, and it is so powerful, is writing letters. So you're never going to send these letters, okay? That's really the liberating part of it, or one of the liberating parts of it. You're writing a letter, you know, dear whoever, mom, dad, ex-husband, friend that burned you in college, you know, whatever it is, dear this person. And then you're writing everything that you feel about that person. Do not hold anything back. Nobody is ever going to read this. It's very, very therapeutic. Just write and write and write. You did this, you did that, I hate you, you know, whatever it is, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it sounds mean, it doesn't matter if it sounds awful or anything like that. Just get it all out of you, okay? Write it all down. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna read through it, you're gonna fold it up, and you're gonna go burn it. And as you're burning it, you're really imagining like all that emotion, that anger, that trauma, that rage, those triggers, sadness, whatever it is that you put into those letters, you're seeing it just go up in smoke. It's going up in smoke, it's being released. And it is so liberating, so freeing. It's freaking amazing. Like it's literally one of the coolest things ever to do that. So I encourage you to do that. It doesn't matter how old the hurt is, it doesn't matter how long ago the thing happened, or that person was out of your, you know, how long ago that person was kind of cut out of your life. Or if that person is still in your life and you still have to deal with them, like you can still release them from your energy field, from your cells, from affecting you and your life, and from triggering you. So you can write this to a person, or you could even write it to an event. You know, like if there was like an event that happened, a stressful event, a traumatic event or something like that, you could even write the letter to that event. Like it doesn't have to be an actual physical person. The person could be dead that you're writing the letter to. That doesn't matter. Like you can still, you're still holding on to those feelings. You're still, you know, having lived that experience, that doesn't go away. So you can write these letters to anyone, living, dead, you know, doesn't matter. And it doesn't just have to be about like angry things. It could also be about loss, you know, like the loss of a pregnancy or the loss of a parent or a grandparent or a friend or, you know, whatever it is. Like oftentimes there's a lot of interwoven emotions, mixed emotions that come with that. And so writing that letter to that extent can be super, super helpful as well. So it doesn't just have to be like angry hate mail. Like it can be, you know, a sad loss letter as well. So that's a really, really helpful exercise for people to be doing. And then especially for women, we tend to hold a lot of our trauma and all that stuff like in our hips, which can lead to obviously hip issues, but then low back issues, knee pain, you know, ankle and foot issues and things like that. So the more we can mobilize our hips, the better. And that might be just doing some yoga, some gentle stretching at home to really help to loosen up those hips. I really like hip circles, like doing this kind of thing, you know, do until you feel like you've done enough to the right, and then do more to the left. Some people like to do, you know, hands on knees and kind of almost like a cat-cow, which we'll go over in a second, but like open the chest and then arch the back, you know, kind of thing. This can be, you can go slow, you can go fast. I really love this one, like either before, after, or during meditation, just in general, if I'm trying to like work some stuff out. This is a really great one. You can do it on your knees, you know, too, if you wanted. Like this way. I don't think this is as comfortable for me anyway, but people do it. But then cat-cow, great yoga pose. So we're here and we're coming up in that cow, really arching the back, and then exhale and really arch the back this way, like that, you know, Halloween cat kind of thing. And just going back and forth, inhale and exhale. It's a great way to warm up your spine before a workout too. I do this one a lot in the gym. So doing that, and you can do those hip circles here too. Going to the left, going to the right, like just do whatever feels right for your body, you know? So those are kind of my favorite go-tos. I really like the hip circles. I love cat-cow, those somatic breathwork exercises that we just went over. And if you want to make this part of your morning routine or your evening routine, just kind of pick the gems that really stand out to you as favorites of the things that I just went over, and just work it into, you know, I'm going to do the rage drops for a minute. I'm going to do a few of these until I just feel myself kind of calming down, and then do some of those 2 quick, and then the long, do 5 of those, do a couple cat-cows, some hip rolls. I'm ready for the day. You know, maybe throw some child's pose in there, which is a super restorative pose that I absolutely adore. Which is basically just this guy right here, where we're stretching out and elongating that back. And it does help to open up the hips as well. And just, you can either breathe normal, or you can do some of those breathing exercises while you're down here in this position as well. So just laying, relaxing. You can move your hands, you know, in, you can move your hands out, you can lay your hands by your side. Whatever feels good to you. You know, this is all about you. There is no right or wrong way to do it. The biggest thing is just doing it with purpose, We're not doing it just to like, I have to do this, rush through it as quickly as possible. Like you want to just get into your body and do whatever feels good. Like it's not like I have to do 15 range drops, then I have to do 10 shoulder taps, that, you know, like don't think about it so much. Just get in, set a timer for 10 minutes and just move and do the movements however they come to you, willy-nilly, and just feel the benefits of that. So pretty soon, within the next couple of months here, by November, I'm going to be launching a online group program that is called Restore. Just got named last night, so I'm super excited about that. So this program is going to be for women, for mamas, who are just looking to be restored, to come back to themselves, feel good in their bodies again. A lot of times as moms, you know, we don't identify as anything else other than a mom. I'm a mom now. Like, what else am I? What do I like? What do I like to do? I have no idea. Did I have hobbies before I was a mom? I don't remember. Like, that seems like a completely different person. So moms, we all know this is not, you know, new information to anybody. We tend to put ourselves on the back burner for everybody else. Our family, our kids, you know, whatever they have going on in their lives and stuff like that. So this is a program that's for moms to be able to come home to themselves, to really feel restored and take care of themselves, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You know, I think that's becoming more and more realized these days. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself. How are you going to take care of other people well if you're not taking care of yourself? And you are also a person that is worthy of care and feeling good and love and, you know, compassion for self. So this program is really going to dive into all of those things for you mama. So basically what it's going to be is a 3-month group program with some individualized components to it as well. So we're going to do some foundational panels so we know what's going on in your body. We'll have an individual call to go over that. We won't go over that with the group. So you have your individual, you know, protocol for what you're doing as an individual for what works for your body. And then as a group, we're really coming together to support each other, learn, you know, different techniques, whether it's about physical body, troubleshoot things, really diving into nutrition, hormones, how things are linked together within the body and interwoven. But then we're also going into belief systems that serve us and don't serve us. And a lot of these things are things that we maybe grew up with that are just ingrained into us culturally within our families that we don't even realize are detrimental to us, you know. So there's a lot of that generational stuff, ancestral stuff that are just kind of like passed down and passed down and passed down. So we're going to do some journaling work on that. Like, what did you grow up with thinking was the way or the right thing? And it just doesn't serve you. It doesn't align with your values and who you are as a person now. And how is it kind of holding you down? So we'll dive into belief systems. We'll talk about goals, action steps, like how to reach that goal and like actually put into place action steps that will get you there instead of just staring at this big looming goal out there and you're like, how do I get there? So we'll be diving into all of that good stuff as well. It'll just be a lot of like mama support for each other, you know, tidbits of information, little hot hacks and stuff like that. Like, I figured this out and this works really well for me and maybe it'll work for you. You know, we just have more support and more success when we're working together and supporting each other. And this is really set up to propel you forward. So after the program, you're feeling aligned, empowered, centered and grounded in yourself. You know who you are again as, you know, this new reborn person, as a mother who also has her own things, her own joys, her own life, her own pleasures, her own interests and hobbies. So it's going to be really, really powerful from that perspective. And then after that program, you're really going to have the tools to continue, you know, on your own, or with the support of the friends that you've made within the group. But the point is you're going to be able to continue that. You're not going to be backsliding. What would be the point of that? So we want to make sure that we're setting into place those really strong foundational tools and knowledge that are just going to help you throughout life. And that's going to impact not only you, but it's going to impact your family and your kids and those things that you work so hard for anyway. The happier you are, the happier they're going to be, and it's you leading by example. So look for information on that when that program launches, which again is called Restore, and that should be coming to you October, November, probably sometime around there. So thank you for being with me today to kind of do something a little different than what we usually do. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.